Raw Underground, ladies and gentlemen. Raw Underground. Monday was a weird day yesterday. It was a weird day, okay? And no, I don't care that my AC is on making noise. It's fucking hot today. I refuse. Monday was a weird day. You know, when I wake up, every Monday, I always assume something's gonna happen, right? Whether it's good or bad, something's gonna happen. So I wake up Monday morning, I see The Rock buys the XFL with his wife, Raw with announcements and new formatting and all this other stuff going on. And then later on throughout the day, I saw a tweet. I saw a tweet saying, the best in the world in Shane McMahon would return to the WWE. And the first thing that came to my mind was the tweet that I posted the night he left the WWE on camera. I said, and I quote, "Yay, another McMahon fired. Watch him come back within a year." And I was right. Shane McMahon returns to Raw, but not in the role that we all think he would. We all thought Shane was going to be part of a storyline. I thought he was going to get involved with Randy Orton. It wouldn't make any sense. Either way, whatever Shane McMahon was going to do. But at the end of the day, that's the case, right? Shane McMahon shows up on the show introducing Raw Underground. We got hoes dancing in one corner, and we got niggas fighting in the ring in the other. And I love it. I love it. I don't care. Now, I understand completely. None of this makes sense whatsoever. Shane McMahon introducing people, doing a little fights here or there. Now, yes, the camera cuts were ridiculous, by the way. It was like if Vince McMahon placed a bet on Kevin Dunn. It's like if Vince McMahon was like, "Hey, yo, fam, I bet you $70 right now that you can't do bare camera cuts in a few seconds." And then Kevin Dunn was like, "Yeah, eh? Bet." And then when the two were fighting, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so many camera cuts in between. Kevin Dunn went insane on that part of the show. Honestly, I enjoyed Raw. You see, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, man. In the last few months, I think since February, I felt this way about the WWE. If you don't grab my attention for the entire show, then you're not doing a good job. I'm not in the position to where I'm gonna criticize the WWE like how a Wrestle Talk would, or like how Cultaholic would, JD from New York would, or Don Tony from Kevin Castle, you know, guys like that would. No, I'm not in that position. I don't want to be in that position. I honestly don't. I could sit here try to criticize and try to dictate and fucking pinpoint all the little details. I could try. I might not succeed, but I could try. But in the end of the day, I don't want to do it. I don't. Because I'm at the point where it's not gonna be fun. It's gonna be exhausting, mentally and physically for me. And it's just gonna make me want to not do it as often. And fuck it. That's why I'm here every week, watching Raw, watching SmackDown, hoping something to grab my attention. That's why when Jeff Hardy had that segment where, you know, the ambulance and Elias getting fucked up, Jason Jordan was there, you know, all that stuff. I had no problem with it because it got me interested. It got me to think, okay, what are they trying to do here? They got my attention. Let's see where this goes. And that's the point. Raw did that tonight. It started off with Apollo Crews finally returning to Raw, defending the United States title and keeping both the United States championships by defeating MVP with the lights flickering on and off, which I couldn't figure out why. People were saying Undisputed Era was going to show up, and honestly, I'm kind of glad they didn't, because, again, how can NXT be a third fucking brand, yet you have call-ups? So, Undisputed Era not showing up on Raw, thank God. So we had the United States title match to begin the show, and Apollo Crews again walks out the winner. decent little match between MVP and Apollo Crews. We had the Golden Role Models backstage cutting a promo. They show a video package, and I did not watch the video package. I literally paused the fucking show when the video package came on, let it run out for a bit, and then I fucking skipped, because I only watched the video package once. And then Baszler comes in out of nowhere. She comes in and she's like, look, I'm sick of y'all. I'm sick of this. See, y'all had your fun for too damn long. I've been in line for far too long, and I'm tired of waiting. And she just jacks Sasha Banks right in the jaw, and I'm like, God damn. And I in my head, I was like, are we getting a match between the two at the pay-per-view, or are we getting a three? I would take a three-way between Banks, Baszler, and Asuka. I would love that. So, with that being said, the Iconics randomly approached Kevin Owens. I'm admiring Kevin Owens, the way how he looks, because I was literally watching Raw on the network, like 2016 Raw, seeing Kevin Owens then, and you look at him now, it's like, holy shit, huge difference, right? You feel me? And then the Iconics come through, and then they try to be like, yo, we heard you're having your Kevin Owens show. How about you put the Iconics on? And Kevin Owens like, it's a good idea, but I already did that. I already have a guest. I prepared this like in advance, you know. But you should watch the show. Have a water. And then he just left. Kevin Owens does the show. He's talking. Mike keeps kind of cutting in and out. This happened throughout the entire fucking show, I think. And then he introduces Ruby Riott coming out. Ruby Riott comes through, and she's sitting there. She brings up Liv Morgan. Kevin Owens like, whoa, okay, cool, because that's my other guest. He brings out Liv Morgan. And then it was kind of like a situation where they kind of like embraced in a way. They didn't really hug yet, but they did like come to an understanding about what's going on. Ruby Riott pretty much said that she couldn't handle the fact that everything was changing around her while she was gone. And then when she came back and seeing everything change, you know, the set, everything, the logo, theme song, fucking Liv Morgan even changed herself, you know, shed away all the Riott Squad stuff, you know, like all that stuff. She was overwhelmed pretty much with what changed over the last couple of months or to a year to when Ruby Riott was gone. So then, I think when Liv Morgan was about to respond, maybe, and then the Iconics showed up, they're like, okay, we're tired of this nonsense. I don't know what Kevin Owens said exactly. He said something to piss off Peyton Royce and Billie Kay enough to where they both slapped the taste out of his mouth. And then he literally looked at the girls and was like, ladies, get us some help, please. And then they attacked them, and then we had a match after the break. We had a match between the Riott Squad, I guess, between Riott and Liv Morgan. They went at it against the Iconics. Decent little match, and in the end of the day, Liv Morgan rolls up Billie Kay for the win. She rolls her up 1, 2, 3, got the job done. So with that being after that, the Iconics attacked them, but then Liv and Riott were able to come back and fight, and they were able to stand tall. So I guess the Riott Squad is back. So apparently, during the commercial break, there was an incident with boxes being dropped. Titus Caruso trying to report on this situation, and MVP was like, "Are you serious? You reporting on boxes? That's what we're doing now. We're reporting on boxes, right?" And then Benjamin was like, "Yo, my 24/7 title's gone." And MVP's like, "No, don't worry. We go teach someone about stealing from the Hurt Business." McIntyre comes out, the WWE champion. Now, I am not gonna lie. I had a feeling it was a face-off, right? It was a face-off advertised between McIntyre and Owens. So what I did, I skipped McIntyre's part of the promo. I did not hear that he brought up that Randy Orton should have been fired and all this shit. Whatever, right? So I skipped all that shit. And then Orton came out, and then Randy Orton brings up what McIntyre said, that he should have been fired. He said that, yeah, I agree. I should have been fired bare times. I should have been fired a long time ago. But the thing is, I'm more valuable in this company more than you will ever. Orton brings up the fact that he's heard everybody saying that he's had this handed to him. So, Orton challenged McIntyre to bring out, just make one unique, one original opinion about Randy Orton. And the key word is original. So McIntyre brings up about The Undertaker's The Last Ride documentary. McIntyre brings up the fact that Undertaker took a young Randy Orton and picked him up. You know, instead of keeping him down, he picked him up, he tried to bring up Randy Orton to a certain level to where he would be what he is now. McIntyre brings up the fact that when McIntyre himself was going through a dark period of his life, and it was probably on the brink of him being fired, maybe. Randy Orton knew he could tell that McIntyre was going through a lot of shit. He was not in a good spot, in good frame of mind. He decided, you know what? Instead of helping McIntyre and picking him up when he's down, he kicked him while he was down, and he just kept him down, pretty much. So McIntyre looked at Orton as a leader, but sadly Orton said, nah fam, stay beneath me. And then McIntyre took that to heart, and he's held that for 10 years apparently. After that, McIntyre pretty much went on and said that McIntyre is going to have receipts from current and some former members of the roster, and at SummerSlam he's going to destroy Randy Orton, rip his head off. He's going to kick his head off his shoulders. He's going to see it coming when he kick his head off at SummerSlam. Very, very powerful promo between Orton and McIntyre. When I listen to promo, when I listen to people speak, I actually sit there and I actually focus on what they're saying. I do. Despite that I skipped over McIntyre's first promo before Orton came out, I do sit there and listen, and I actually like. McIntyre plans on beating up Randy Orton for failing as a leader, I guess, when McIntyre was down and out, and retained the WWE title. Orton is on the very high. He's on the high right now. Very high in his career, and he's planning on continuing being on that high and by being the WWE Heavyweight Champ. So this match might be good or it might flop at SummerSlam. So backstage, we have Kevin Owens talking with Ric Flair. God bless Ric Flair. Ric Flair comes in, talking to Kevin Owens, and this is me. This is God. You go like this, Ric Flair, okay?
You go like this.
This is Ric Flair talking. So Ric Flair pretty much says, Kevin Owens, you're more like a guidance counselor nowadays. And what happened to the ruthless Kevin Owens that was all about himself? And Kevin Owens pretty much said, look man, I did that already. I've been there. I was that ruthless guy that was selfish, ruin friendships, do a lot of horrible things, say a lot of horrible things to people. But I'm in a good spot right now. I want to be who I could look up to. And Ric Flair said, instead of me telling you advice that you want to hear or you might want to hear, no, I'm going to tell you advice that you need to hear. Pretty much Ric Flair was kind of warning Kevin Owens, as long as you stay out of Randy Orton's way, then you should be good. You might get a title match at SummerSlam, as long as you stay out of Randy Orton's way. That's what Ric Flair was telling Kevin Owens. And Kevin Owens said, oh, okay. Well, Kevin Owens kind of took offense to that, and he challenged Orton to a match. Well, he told Ric Flair, how about you tell Randy to meet me in the ring next week on Raw? See how, and then that's what happened. And Ric Flair, Jesus fucking Christ, when Kevin Owens left, Ric Flair stood there with the scariest smile I've ever seen on his face. Oh my God. He had the creepiest smile. Kevin Owens walked away. I can't make this shit up. Why was Ric Flair? Who told Ric Flair to do that? He was. First it was Bray Wyatt with the graphic, and then you got fucking Ric Flair with the. But then he didn't even get serious when Kevin Owens talking about that shit, challenging Randy Orton. He didn't even wipe the smile off his face, He was really. Can't make this up. So we come back. We got Nia Jax wearing some fucking pants in the ring. She's trying to issue an apology, but she didn't. She called the dude scrawny, talking some shit to Pat Buck. So she didn't apologize to him. Said, if you want to say something, say what you gotta say. And she shoved the mic to his chest. He's like, look, due to your actions, you know what? You're suspended indefinitely without pay. And then Nia Jax is like, you can't fuck it. And then he's like, whoa, relax, breathe. So Nia Jax is like, you don't have the authority. You don't have the authority to do this to me, right? And then she just fucking she took his jacket, his blazer, and she's trying to, what? Why? I don't get. Oh, Jesus Christ! I don't know why she fucking took his blazer and tried to rip it off or whatever she tried to do there. She headbutted the dude's shoulder. Fucking makeup was on it. This is why I low key don't like makeup, because of shit like that. What happened to Pat Buck? You know, I can't do it. She storms out. She's upset. Obviously, R-Truth runs down to the ring, holding a 24/7, 48/7, 7-Eleven, I-95 South European Television Championship. Yes, I remember that all on the top of my head. He ran with the belt, with Akira Tozawa running after him, and they got Benjamin following suit. Then we have the triple threat match for the 24/7 champion. And then Akira Tozawa out of nowhere, you know, hit the senton on R-Truth and won the 24/7 title for the third time apparently, and he ran away. And that was it. And then we cut back to Underground with my hoes in one corner and the fighting in the other. Hoes fighting 10 p.m. Raw Underground. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. When it was the 10 o'clock hour, I swear to God, I did not care what was happening on TV. I did not care. Oh, Angelo Dawkins versus Angel Garza. I don't care. Andrade versus Montez Ford, and Montez Ford got fucked up in his lead. I don't care. Raw Underground. That's all I care about. Niggas fighting niggas with hoes dancing in the corner. That's it. That's all I care about. That is Raw Underground to me. We have Dominic cutting a promo with Sarah Schreiber saying that if anyone thinks he's crazy now, they're going to really think he's crazy when he challenges Rollins to a match at SummerSlam. And it's funny, last week on Monday, I literally told a friend of mine, I want Dominic versus Seth Rollins. After Dominic went crazy with the kendo stick last week. So we got Baszler versus Banks. I'm like, oh shit. Here we go. It's about to get lit, right? That's what I'm thinking. So with that being said, match happens, decent match, back and forth contest. I love it. You know, very technical at some points. You know, Sasha Banks trying to counter Baszler embarrassing Banks at the beginning of the match as well. And then out of nowhere, Asuka shows up, attacks Bayley, and then this is where fuckery happened. The match ends in no contest. Sasha did not get attacked. Baszler did not get attacked. Yet, the match is thrown out. Why? I don't know. And then, okay, this is where the stupid shit happens. So, and then, after that, we go to commercial break. We come back. Asuka's in the ring. They played a video package of last week of Kyrie getting fucked up and Asuka losing the Raw Women's title. Come back from the video package. Asuka cuts a promo about facing Sasha for the Raw Women's title in a rematch, right? And then Baszler comes in and said, look, I'm cheering for you. I'm not going to fight you now. Hold on, wait a minute. I'm cheering for you. I want you to beat Sasha, win the Raw Women's title, so I can dismember, beat your ass up, and win the title myself. That was cool. I like that. And then you had Bayley and Banks have their music played, and they come back out. They don't even come back out normally and just be like, hold on, whoa. No, they have to fucking have Banks' music play, and then they come out again. Whatever. So Sasha Banks pretty much says, look, if you want a rematch, you want a shot at my title, all you have to do is beat a member of the Four Horsewomen. Woo! Bayley! I was like, oh, I got scared. I was like, no! She's back! Oh. And then we cut back to the Underground! Hoes! Niggas! Yes! And then the Hurt Business got involved. They took over and ended Raw. And I'm just going to say that there because I don't care about Garza and Dawkins and Ford and his lean getting fucked up. Bianca Belair beat the shit out of, or tried to beat the shit out of Thing. What's her name? Zelina Vega. Right? Murphy watching footage of last week's Raw. Seth Rollins said, don't worry. You know, You did good last week, and then he's gonna address Dominic. One of my favorite parts of the show, I will not lie. We had a mysterious group attack the Seth's generator, putting it on fire. Maybe that's the reason why shit got fucked up during the show. We have Seth Rollins trying to intimidate Tom Phillips, saying, "You are the voice of Raw, and you out here cheering for Dominic Mysterio for what he did last week. You are encouraging what Dominic did last week. But you're the voice of Raw. You are the voice of the greater good. You are the voice of the Monday Night Messiah." And then he's like, "Murphy, take him." And Samoa Joe was like, nah. So y'all can go back in the ring, make the point that you came out to make, or I could slap you up and do some damage to him as well. So then they got back in the ring. Dominic out of nowhere from behind came through with a steel chair, beat up both Murphy and Rollins, while Samoa Joe sat back on commentary. I thought Joe came back for a sec. I thought Joe was going to be a wrestler again. I was like, fuck it, why not? He's good at both. Wrestling or commentating, it doesn't matter. He's good at both. Seth Rollins got the microphone and said, "You know what, Dominic? You want to fight me at SummerSlam? Then you got it." And Tom Phillips literally just stood there shook. He was more quiet than when he got exposed for saying he's going to face fuck somebody in a message. He was more quiet than that. It was insane. I liked that part. I was like, yo, he's quiet. He sat there shook the whole time. He was worried like if Seth was gonna come after him, like if he leaves the show right with his bags and shit by himself, and then Rollins gonna be waiting in the corner somewhere like, alright, now, and we attack him. Like, it came off like that. Everybody thought a faction was gonna come. Maybe the dudes that fucked up the generator, they might be the faction. We don't know. But I thought it was ninjas at first, but I guess not. But yeah. You have the Hurt Business taking over the Underground with Shane McMahon there as well. And that's it. That's how Raw goes off the year. This was a crazy episode of Raw, but it had my attention for the whole 3 hours. It did its job. Whether people like it or not, it did its job to me. It kept my attention. I would normally cut off Raw by within an hour and 30 minutes. Or like half of the 3 hours, 1.5 hours I would watch of Raw, and then that was it. But they kept my attention for the entire 3 hours. It was entertaining at most of the points of the show, so it is what it is. So, what do you guys think, huh? What do you guys think of Raw and Underground? You know, I miss undergrads, but got Underground. I don't know. What do you guys think of Raw and Underground? You guys hate it? I'm sure you do. I like it for now. Because like, in the back of my head, when they're playing the Underground, I'm like, this is a PG show. This is a PG show. And we got this shit going on. You know? So, it is what it is, y'all. Hope you guys enjoyed my Raw review, my look on Raw, my take on Raw. Did you enjoy the show? Did you hate it? What do you guys think of the review? Did you like my points? Did you hate it? Do you think I'm a fucking idiot? Whatever. Leave your comments down below. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'm out. Later.